Bro, why am I like?
Video on YouTube. It makes no sense to post on TikTok and just have a follower over there. Yo, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get the most FPS on Modern Warfare 3 on your PC. Now, real quick, let's run down on my specs on my computer. All I have is an i7 RTX 2060 and 16 gigabytes of RAM, I think. It's about like a low to mid-tier PC. But yeah, these settings right here can give you the most amount of FPS on your game. So a little bit of background. All I play really right now is Meat 24/7 to try to level up my guns. I bought the game kind of late. So on this map, your frames are extremely low. So if you're playing a different map, probably like on Terminal, something like that, like a bigger map, you're gonna get more frames. But I play this small map all the time, so my frames averaged at before around like 80 to like 100. And for my computer, I knew that like something was wrong, because on any other game I can run like consistent 144. So I was like, okay, it has to be something in these game settings. And these settings right here, no one really talks about at all. So I'm gonna get right into it and show y'all real quick. So I'm gonna go to your graphic settings. Everything's pretty much like the basics of like every other YouTuber's videos, you know. Make sure all your settings are on low, all that kind of stuff. Your display mode, all that kind of stuff is either on exclusive or borderless, depends on which one runs better for you. Make sure it's on your monitor and all that kind of stuff. Your refresh rates are all set and all that kind of stuff. If you want me to go more in depth about this kind of stuff, just make sure to comment down below. I will. But yeah, all my settings are pretty much basic. Everything else is on low and off and pretty much. Alright, let's get right into it. This setting right here, your render resolution, causes the most amount of frame drops or gives you the most amount of frames, depending on what it is set to. So right now, mine is set to 60. I have it set to 60 because if I have mine on 100, I won't average a lot of frames. I average like to 80 to 100 like I said before. But if I lower it, I get more frames. And I realized that when I lowered it, I got like 20 more frames or whatever when I lowered it down to like 70. So I lowered it again to 60, and now I'm getting like an extra 50 to 90 extra frames. Like it's insane, to be honest with you. If I played a different map like Terminal or something like that, my frames would be insanely high, guaranteed. So yeah, all you want to do is lower this first. So turn off your upscaling to be able to edit your resolution. So I lower mine down to 60 because this gives me the most amount of frames and my game looks kind of decent. But my game still looks bad when I lower it down to 60, right? Because everybody else's games look bad, right? So the next step you want to do, this is the secret step right here that no one talks about. You want to lower your resolution and then turn on your upscaling, right? Everybody goes with NVIDIA DLSS. I don't do that. I go to NVIDIA image scaling. This is going to make my game quality look 10,000 times better when I'm on 60 resolution. Because resolution lowers your quality to give you more frames. But upscaling on NVIDIA image scaling, it ups your quality and it doesn't hurt your frames. So these two go hand in hand. If I up my NVIDIA scaling, my game's going to look way better. And if I lower my resolution, I'm going to get more frames. And my game's still going to look good, as you saw in the first few clips. And then after that, your VRAM target. This is pretty much dealing with your RAM and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people like to go for 70 all the way to like 80, and the max is 90, but I lowered mine down to 70 just to make sure that everything is running well with my background apps and my game. So these three settings right here are the main reasons why you don't have high FPS. So if you turn on your image scaling and turn this down to like 70 or 60, you really have to play around with this. You have to play around with this a lot to try to see which one works best so you can get the most frames and your game looks the best. And things like that. But if you use those three settings right there correctly, you're gonna see an increase from 50 to like 70, 80 more frames, depending on what map you're playing and all that kind of stuff and your specs. But yeah guys, once again, if you want a deeper in-depth video of me explaining to you all these different settings right here, I will. Just make sure to leave a comment down below. And yeah, I'm gonna go through all my settings one more time. Everything's on off or low in those three settings right here. Nothing's really crazy. It's just this right here, man. As soon as I figured this out and I turned it on, I got instant, almost 90 extra frames, depending on what I'm doing in the game or whatever. Like, I've literally seen my game peak at almost 200 frames on this small map called Meat. And if you didn't know, smaller maps tend to have more explosions, more bullets, more people, so your frames are going to hit a lot. So you are losing frames on smaller maps like that. But since you're running these settings right here, that shouldn't be a problem at all. Normally, before, when I would get into gunfights, my FPS would be at 100, and as soon as I started shooting my gun, or like people shooting at me, my FPS would drop to like 80 to like 70. And I couldn't win no gunfights because I couldn't really see, because my frames were so bad and my game was stuttering. But now that I have these settings on, my average is like 160, and it might drop to like 150, 145-ish, but my highs are like 180, 190. So yeah, guys, hopefully this does help y'all. And there's a few more settings I do have, like on my PC, that make me have better FPS, like my MSI Afterburner and my NVIDIA control panel settings are different. So if you want an in-depth video on that, please make sure to let me know down below in the comments, leave a like, and yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys later in the next video. Peace.